January of 2022, a young one. On my way home from work on January 8th, 2022, just as it got light out, I spotted something. There's a camp that sits back away from the road, maybe 100 yards or so, has a big yard. Up to the road on the one side is a spring-fed pond. Behind the pond is some small saplings, then a clear cut as wide as a truck going uphill. I seen something in the lower part of that clear cut, sitting angled away from me. I look there every time I drive by looking for deer or whatever else might be wandering through. So I knew it wasn't a stump or log roads. So I knew it wasn't a stump or log roads were crap, so it took a bit to stop. I backed up, and when it was almost to where I could see the clear spot, it stood up on two legs like we do. I could see it stand through the saplings. When I went the last 10 feet or so to stop, it came down the hill. When it reached the bottom, it stopped and looked at me. It was black from head to toe. Light wasn't good enough to see any features. It was small, so it had to be a young one. As I was looking at it, the words, it's just a kid, popped into my head. Then I looked at opposite side of the road, then I looked at opposite side of road, then drove away. As I drove away, it turned to walk back into the woods. It was about 4 or 5 miles before my train of thought was back, and I realized what I'd just seen. Even if it would have been a kid, I would have just drove away. I would have looked to see if other kids were there and looked to see what they were doing. I don't think it was alone. I should have turned around and went back to look for tracks, but I was tired from working 12 hours, so I wanted to get to bed. I planned on stopping and looking when I went back to work, but we ended up getting rain that night, so that got rid of most of the snow we had. I find it odd that I didn't go back. It would have only taken 10 or 15 minutes to go look, but I didn't. Also, I could have went when I got up, and for some reason I didn't. I want to know, did what told me it was a kid keep me away from here? Okay, that's a typo, you guys. What does he mean? I want to know what it told me. If it was a kid keeping me away from there because it knew the rain would get rid of the tracks? Does anyone else had anything like that happen? Kept away from a spot for some reason. My name is Rick Waldeck, and I don't care if you say my name. I know what I saw, and if anyone don't like that, they can kiss my ass. Love watching videos, been doing so for close to 2 years. I also crave knowledge and want to learn all I can before I'm gone. Keep up the good work and keep spreading the truth. Almost forgot this happened in north central Pennsylvania. Almost forgot this happened in north central Pennsylvania. Take care and be safe. Okay, Rick, thanks for that, man. Lots happens in Pennsylvania. And I think what you meant at the end was, has anybody else had that happen? Meaning, has anything somehow kept you away and not going back to a spot by giving you possibly a message in your head or feeling, right? I'm pretty sure that's what you meant. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to shake their head and go, yeah, for sure. Let's keep going. I might do a share from the shop later on too. Mark this as red. These are all recently mailed in, you guys. All right. I just decided to start at the top of the pile for change. More from the Spooky Woods. It's the title. Steve, back at you one more time. Again, thank you for your excellent service and support you provide for the people. My background: 75 years young, retired U.S. Army colonel. Started out as a private. Not bad for an old draftee. 2 tours in South Vietnam, one of which was cut short by a Viet Cong hand grenade, and a total of 26 years spent hither and yon. After leaving the service, I taught high school for 8 years, and another 5 years as a personal chef and caretaker for a local family. I've always been an avid hunter for deer, upland game birds, squirrels, rabbits, wild turkeys, but nothing that might eat me. I love to fish and consider myself an outdoors type with passion for sharing with the younger generations. Currently, I live outside of Charleston, South Carolina, and act as a volunteer game warden and hunter safety instructor at the Joint Base Charleston's Naval Weapons Station. Too old to stand in a bass boat for 8 hours a day anymore. So I've been regulated sitting on the many docks and piers surrounding Charleston Harbor or fishing from a kayak with an electric trolling motor. I apologize for this lengthy post, but it sets the stage and could possibly help someone to manage their experiences. Back in the mid-70s, my younger brother built a home on the family farm, roughly 20 to 30 yards from the spooky woods I've mentioned in an earlier post. There is a one-lane passage winding through the thick hardwoods and pines to a pond about a mile away, built by our grandfather back in the 50s. The pond is fed by a spring at that spot. Over the years, we figured it was a Catawba, C-A-T-A-W-B, Indian camping area. We have found numerous arrowheads, knapping chips, pottery shards, and stone implements in the area. In addition, there are a number of mounds that we assume were grave sites. Out of respect for the indigenous, we have never disturbed any of these areas, hence the experiences belong to our family. We have what could be considered a medium-sized family: brothers, sisters, sons and daughters, nephews, nieces, grandchildren, etc. Our brother's home has always been a gathering place for various family events over the years, and we managed to always gravitate to the back patio and deck after the sun goes down, and, weather permitting, many large times have occurred. During the fall and winter, when the leaves have turned and fallen, you're able to see several hundred yards down a slope to where the dirt road turns to the pond. On several occasions, we have noticed softball-sized orbs of white light moving through the woods from the pond area. There are no houses or farms for a number of miles in that direction, and there is a sloping hill behind the road that would block any light reflections. The lights are visible for several minutes before disappearing, and no one will even consider venturing down the road to investigate the source. I reckon someone could be attracted to all of our activity and just wanted to see what's going on. I reckon someone could be attracted to all our activity and just want to see what's going on. My name is Steve Richards. You may use my name if you wish. Spring is coming and turkey season is fast approaching, and I continue to watch your six. I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you very much, Steve, for that email. And the white lights. The damned white lights and orbs.